Hello, how you doing, Jace? How's your gameplay been with us so far? See, you're playing out of this photo mode a lot. Woo! Big Shenmue swell there. La, 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 la. Look at the Shenmue theme fits. Okay. Oh, really? Only if you're racist. You think all Asian things sound the same. I don't. Yeah, right. Alright, let's see what this is all about. Ghosts of Tsushima. Tsushima! I was looking at a bit of the cutscene and it seemed kind of like really out of sync. Is that what the people are talking about? It's like, you love the game so far, photo mode fun. Excelente. Excellent. I decided I had all this extra time to download the game, so I just like moved my studio all around. Don't really know if I really like it all that much. Constant battle. Constant battle, you know, to be happy with the studio space. What language? It sounded like they were speaking English to me in the cutscene. I thought it was when it was Japanese, the cutscenes were supposed to be, they're desynced, right? Because they hired like Asian actors who all spoke English. We wouldn't want to whitewash it by not having English-speaking Asian actors the way it was meant to be. Oh, man. All right. Ooh, I've been really loving Banner Saga. You know, for like amazing turn-based combat. Oh, geez. And just decisions everywhere. But I'm happy to play a big blockbuster. Alright, I have everything further away from me, but kind of makes it easier to see everything at once, so that's nice. Alright, let's get to it. Ghosts. Ghost. The one ghost of Tsushima. What's he holding in his hand? Oh, that's annoying. Hope that stops coming up. Can you just like turn off all the notifications? Yeah. Pop-up notifications. I don't want any. I don't want any at all. And yet it still does it. It does the network ones. I guess the network ones are slightly different. I don't think you have a choice. In the mana. Oh, I know how I fixed that. I just turned that off. And the sub's bothering you. It was originally recorded in English. You've been hearing people say Japanese sub is that little off bing from the lip flaps. Which is sort of the opposite of what you were... You know what you're trying to get, right? Let's see... Kaboom. I mean, if you're actually going for like a old samurai movie style, you would see their lips moving with Japanese, right? That's the whole point of it. Yes. You will be the one who pays for that crime. Oh well. So yeah. It looks like...
The Mongol Empire is invading our home. They are brutal. Relentless. Unstoppable. We are 80 samurai against an army, fighting to slow the invasion. Today, I die for my people.
There must be thousands of them. We will face death and defend our home. Tradition, courage, honor. They are what make us. We are the warriors of Tsushima. We are samurai! Oh! Nodadachi, go break their spirits. Hey!
Man, those instruments sound so great. Almost looks like they're sort of floating on a dreamscape. I like the stars and that water. The water looks a little flat, but the stars make up for it. Again, if you're gonna go for this like ultra realism, it's just, you know, everything is gonna be compared to it, right?
Send your
Hey,
finest
Principal.
warrior to face me.
Nada, Jinnina.
These guys look pretty good. He was just finishing up his soup.
I am Harunobu Adachi, descendant of the legendary Yoshinobu Adachi.
He's gonna set him on fire. Oh my god. Oh, these bastard Mongols. No honor. No honor. Broke the wrong spirit.
Samurai! Do you surrender?
Cowards without honor deserve no mercy. No mercy! Open fire! For Tsushima!
Wow, the game starts here? Pretty amazing. Or is it like camera control anyway? They kind of sound like the guys from South Park. Kiera Dolphins! Oh. Pronsi.
I need you with me. We've lost so many.
Look at those shoulders.
To keep pushing Lord Sakai.
Whoa. I like the photos. Like the style looks really nice. Okay. Time blight. Inverted. No, not that one. Vertical. It is weird that I invert it vertically, not horizontally. Eh? It's almost like they put in invert horizontal as if to sort of, oh yeah, well, you can invert it all the way or not? Photo mode. Apex armor, yeah. It's huge. It makes sense. Probably exactly what it did, what it was like back then, but I don't really notice until you see it show it up close in this camera angle. Dramatic. Better frame rate, please. Sure. Maybe we'll put that on after. What have you been playing with? Geis. Show the blood.
Even if it costs us our lives.
It's weird because the sand and the water look kind of gooey, like they're from a different alien planet or something, and like the fire and the smoke, it kind of looks off from what they look like is like super realistic. So they just sent their best guy in alone, and he got set on fire like an idiot. I don't know if they're winning or they're losing. Oh, I just said you use the cinematic mode. That sounds like the Imperial March. I don't know how to block or do anything. L1 is block, I guess. Maybe circle's parry. Yeah, it's pretty weird, eh? It's sort of like... It's kind of realistic, but in like a different way. Sort of tonally, it looks different. Maybe it'll look better with the Kurosawa mode on. Guess it kind of hides it. The light really pops on it. Usually a lot of cinematic modes are, yeah. But this is from Yeah, I mean, this is an actual, like, cinematic mode inspired by an actual cinematic director. He's got a big history of creating a lot of the cinematic action language that people would use, and apparently, like, really inspiring Star Wars. Quentin Tarantino taking a lot of stuff from it. From his films, like even direct a lot of scenes. Apparently Tarantino takes like a lot of straight up scenes and shots, sequences from classic movies. He's almost like a DJ, you know? He's sort of like taking it and remixing it. Except he's still going out there and shooting it, you know? Whereas like a DJ just copies and pastes. He's still got to operate the cameras and have the idea. When the Saints went to Mars in Saints Row the Third. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert for the plot-heavy, super serious.
Find the Mongol leader and end him here. I'll fight beside you to the end. I know.
We're all that's left. Who's that? Is that the Mongol leader? This island is called Tsushima. Seems like there's some people up there.
The Mongol leader. I'm ready, Uncle. We end this together.
You're in the moment already? Yeah. I guess I'm just sort of with a lot of these things. It's like when you want to go for that ultra realistic thing, it's just kind of like the uncanny valley becomes really apparent, right? I've never really played a sucker punch game. I've like maybe dabbled with a bit of Infamous and never really got into them. So we shall see. I think IGN gave this a 9. GameSpot gave it a 7. I kind of picked through some of the reviews. I felt like this is the GameSpot one. Just read and read and read and read and read and read. And they just described the game without really talking about, like, without really reviewing it, you know? They just kind of... I like the way the blood looks on them. Like, their faces look amazing, and their hair and the blood and the clothing, and but it just seems like the world seems separate from them. More deliberate than Soulsborne? Nice, it's so casual. I like that armor. Oh, he's got a real pockmarked face.
I am Khotan, cousin of Kublai, grandson of Genghis.
Big deal. Genghis has like thousands of kids.
Brother, you are a warrior. I can see that. You trained your whole life for this. And you have won battles that lesser men have called unwinnable, yes? But while you were sharpening your sword, do you know how I prepared for today? I learned. I know your language, your traditions, your beliefs, which villages to tame and which to burn. So I'll ask you once again, Samurai, do you surrender?
Did he? I thought he was going to go for... I thought we were going to see a head chop off, but it looked more like a... Maybe knocked him out, maybe didn't kill him. The aftermath of the battling. When the animals come in. Very Star Wars, those notes of the music. I think I've been a bit spoiled, especially from how games look. I mean, the last game I played before this, or Banner Saga, has like a purely animated style, so everything looks the same. And before that was Last of Us Part 2. I think I like it with the black and white. I think it helps. That one. Dun, dun, ba-da-da.
How did I get here?
The game? Oh, well, I might have to be black and white for this. I guess I may, yeah, have the whole thing in black and white. Squeeze through.
Someone saved me. Hit me back here. Maybe they have my sword.
Huh. You're suddenly expecting a dragon to pop up? Yeah, I kind of thought somebody was going to save him, maybe. An arrow or something. Footprints? Well, there's a million people walking around. You think there'd be tons of footprints. Maybe he recognizes the footprints. Kind of makes me miss Sekiro.
Someone was sharpening their blade. A warrior.
Well, quite the detective.
Broken. But better than nothing.
So someone saved him and put him... Where? They put him back here? Right by all the action?
Back inside. Now.
Ah,
How are your wounds? Can you run?
I think so. Where's my sword?
Not here.
You're off! Here!
I'll take care of this. Please, hide.
yes. Yeah, his voice is nice. I'm glad they went with Asian people and not North Americans that might sort of... Oh, she's gonna be a real big badass. He thinks he's gonna need to be the hero. She's gonna murder him. Just a couple extra.
Who are you?
I'm Yuna. You want your sword? Follow me.
How long was I out?
Long enough for the Mongols to conquer half the island. Shh. Not now. Shit. Down.
Yeah,
This way.
I think they handle the black and white really well with the lighting. Works. I think it gives you like a really nice contrast to the shadows and the fire and the light.
There's nothing we can do for her.
But I can save the others.
It looks fantastic. It's just the beach that was a bit cheesy. But I think they handle like trees, shadows, rocks, wood, grass. I think the grass looks really nice. Just sort of cover up the ground. I
Lord
think looks
Shimura
really
was
nice.
with me on the battlefield.
Jito, forget him.
Yuna, wait. Lord Shimura is my uncle.
Not anymore.
You're Jin Sakai? The Jito's nephew?
I have to know. Did he survive?
I think so. The Mongols took him prisoner.
Where did they take him?
East, along the coast.
Toward Castle Canada.
Canada.
Inside, celebrating their victory.
With all those maple leaves.
Surprise.
You'll be killed.
Or I'll rescue Lord Shimura. Then help him drive the Mongols into the sea. He can contact the Shogun, call for reinforcements.
I didn't nurse you back to health to watch you throw your life away.
Why did you save me?
Mow my lawn.
I couldn't leave you to die. I need your help.
Lord Shimura can help our whole island. And he's the only family I have left. Let's move.
Under here.
Oh, wow. She's so graceful.
Bridges.
Come on. We can't help him now.
Oh, man. Looks really good in first person. A little bit of a... Getting a little bit closer to the...
Raiders. Armed for battle.
They've been riding across the island.
Like a closer perspective.
Killing the weak through here.
This would be a good way to do the tutorial.
Move.
Oh, now you're calling the shots, eh? She saved her ass twice. 3 if you count her showing you the way through here. That he wouldn't know how to do.
Shit. They cleared the road. If we cross, someone's bound to see us.
I'll take that chance.
Wait. Look on. Now. Come on.
Here, you, huh?
Oh, God.
You were seen. Wow, okay. It was kind of feeling like it was a bit on rails, like I didn't have to worry about that, but turns out you do.
Oh, God.
Or did you just pick a random samurai? Yeah, exactly. Out of all these people that were dead. I mean, maybe she was just kind of checking out the battlefields. I don't have to do that part again. They just sort of skipped me past it.
You climb roofs, scavenge battlefields.
Oh, there
You're a
you go.
thief.
When
She
I need
scavenged.
something,
Looking for
I
him.
take it.
Like my katana.
I traded it for food and medicine.
You what?
Don't worry. We'll find the buyer. Get your sword back. We've got a long ride ahead. Take whatever supplies you can carry.
This is someone's house.
And they're not.
So there you go, Prince. Just as you were wondering that, she answers it. She's a scavenger. She's a thief. She saw him and thought, oh, this guy's alive. Maybe he can come in handy later. So she's not all bad.
Through here.
I like their dynamic. He's the goody
The man I
two-shoes.
traded your sword to lives just
She's the
ahead.
survivor. I mean, the interesting thing with the samurai was that they eventually became mercenaries, right?
Stand watch. I'll search the house. It will answer for this. It must be here.
Yeah, they weren't needed anymore. As Japan modernized very, very quickly into an industrial age, faster than any country ever had, when the West forced them to open up. And then the Japanese were left to just wander looking for work, becoming the Ronin.
I am Jin Sakai.
nephew to the great Lord Shimura. And I am no coward!
Your enemy is no match for you.
Your enemy is yourself.
But you still lack control.
I was practicing.
With your father's weapon, the sword of Clan Sakai has saved lives and ended wars.
Doomslayer Touchy.
No one.
Might as well. You know?
I will teach you to defend yourself.
I know how to fight.
To master your blade.
Seems like it was designed in that almost, in a way.
First, control your emotions.
I can do that, Uncle.
Show me.
How you doing there, Dachi? Yeah, I mean, out of all the games I'm going to play in my life, how many are designed to be played in black and white? Or it seemed like they...
Let's see what you've been practicing.
There we go.
Try to strike me.
Yes, Uncle.
Move closer. Stab toward me.
It does have a really nice atmosphere.
Well done.
Get him as the cutscene
If you
transitions.
fought like
And he
that,
dies.
your attacker would not have bruised you so easily.
It wasn't a fair fight.
Imagine he's returned to finish what he started. And he'll use every dirty trick he knows. How will you defend yourself?
He's big, but I'm quicker. I'll stay out of his reach. Wait for him to get tired. Then drop him with one strike.
Good. A samurai must always fight with patience and discipline, even when his opponent resorts to trickery.
I'll remember, Uncle.
Now, break through my defenses.
Yeah, you know what? I've
Show
never
me
seen
Sakai
any of those
is a warrior of great courage.
Kurosawa movies, I don't think. To break defense and stagger enemy.
Break my block with a heavy attack, then strike quickly.
Photo mode is just crazy. You can go all out with particles, leaves and stuff. Oh yeah, because that's Sucker Punch's whole thing, right? With
Balance your foe. Follow with the quick.
That's cool. There's a nice like weight to the attack.
Enough. I yield.
You let me win.
Not at all. If you held a real sword, I would be dead.
Really?
I would never lie to you, Jin. Now for a change, try to block my attacks.
It sort of looks like he has a big adult head on this tiny body. Yeah, I haven't seen any Kurosawa movies, although it's definitely on my list of like, you know, films to check out, film homework.
I'm sore. Can we take a break?
We're not finished yet. Find your resolve and fight through the pain.
Take your drugs. This is your health. This is your resolve. That's pretty cool. Oh, nice. Killing enemies, parrying attacks, using other advanced skills to heal.
It's time you learn to parry.
Yes.
Wait for me to make the first move. Once I strike, block my attack. Fine parry.
Nice. Looks good. It actually looks like a parry and feels like a parry. You know, a lot of times in kind of like sword fighting games or most melee games where there's a parry, it's just sort of this indescript, like, it doesn't really look like anything's happening, and then there's a big sound and sort of a psh or something, right? Whereas that actually looks like, I mean, you can see the weight and the angle of him coming in and then your sword pushing it across. Looks like they really took the, because you probably, it looks like they took that seriously and researched how to make that look awesome. Because you probably just have one weapon the whole game, I would imagine.
Parry before I strike.
Okay. Whoa, that's so awesome. Yeah, Jace was messing around with a lot of the photo mode.
Need to catch your breath?
Yeah. They need to bring his head down just a
It'll take
little
more
bit.
than a child to knock the wind out of me. Now then, let's see you defend against a spear. Dodge my spear, then follow up with a counterattack.
Okay.
Good reflexes. Remember, dodge, then counterattack. I am vulnerable after attacking. When I thrust, you dodge. Excellent dodge. You have a small opportunity to strike. Use it. You see, there is no weapon, no warrior you cannot overcome.
Thank you for these lessons, Uncle.
We are not finished yet. Jin Sakai, will you honor me with a sparring match?
I wouldn't want to hurt you.
If you're that confident, let's make this interesting. The first to land 5 strikes gets to choose dinner.
I hope you like octopus.
Run away!
Very good, Jin.
Well struck, Uncle.
Oh, wrong way. Yeah,
You show great
the animation, sort of like the, I don't know what we call that, like motion capture or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Before we eat, I have one last question.
See you, Princey boy. Thanks for popping by.
For generations, our families have lived by a code. Tell me the virtues that guide us.
Loyalty to our Lord. Control over our emotions. And
You know this.
honor. To fight bravely and uphold the legacy of Clan Sakai.
Those are your father's words. What does honor mean to you?
I guess protecting people. The ones who can't fight for themselves.
You have a good heart. But first, we must show everyone that we serve our Lord with courage, integrity, and self-control.
You say that like it's easy.
It's never easy, Jin. I struggle with it every day. But we must set an example for our people by remaining true to our code and to ourselves. That is the meaning of honor. Not. Samurai.
Yeah. Please have a spear. Yeah, I think he can really feel that. That the research experts, they wanted this to be true to that in the most possible way. Like the way that that steel looks almost black. Looks fantastic. Oh, Mr. Spearman. Oh, there it is. Bam! That's it? Oh.
Good. You found your sword.
Where can I find a horse?
The stable's aren't far. This way.
Need to stretch. Wrong time. Sitting down. Okay, very good to go. Yeah. Beautiful world. Apparently you can like flick around on the touchpad and make the particles fly up and stuff. Is that like what you were saying there, Doomslayer, when you are in the photo mode? No? No, that's what one of the reviews said. Flick the touchpad for more
Where are the stables?
more particles.
Burning farmhouse. Follow me. We can get close, slit their throats, and kill them without a sound.
Without honor. I will not break my code.
Ninjas are more fun than samurai, eh? Point L to target enemies with sword attacks. Okay. Okay, interesting. So you sort of just like control it lightly from more like a cinematic view.
I'm done running, and I can finally help.
Damn it!
I like her character design. She looks and sounds and acts exactly like it. I think it all works well together. Oh. I love that really black, dark, high contrast blood.
Thank you, my lord. They said all the samurai were dead. Do you have somewhere to hide? I heard Golden Temple might be safe. Go. Stay off the roads. And guard your son with your life.
You risked your life for them.
They couldn't defend themselves. And I can't let more of our people die.
They're not the only ones who need you. My brother. The Mongols took him.
That's why you saved me.
Taka is my only family.
There you go.
Tsushima is mine.
Please. I just want my brother back.
I love the way they wrap the sword
Until I
hilts.
save my uncle. I promise.
I'm coming with you.
I like the writing between him and her.
Stables are just up ahead.
With the villain and the uncle, I was a little worried. I was like, this feels kind of not cheesy, but just a little bit off. They feel pretty good together. What does R1 do? Quickfire. I'm gonna check. Can I change that? Oh, can you not change these? Swipe, guiding wind and gestures. Press focused hearing. You're... Okay. Toggle button holds. Nope. Simplified controls. Okay. I just get so used to parrying with shoulder buttons that it's a bit harder to... And you're dead. Nice and quick. Even this loser. Are we still alive? Death. Wow! The proud samurai taken down by Baby Huey. You can see better now about how they had to address certain things when translating from color to black and white. Yeah, whereas like you probably have to change the contrast a bit and like I guess it wouldn't certain things don't always work the same in both. Yeah, that's the thing. If you want it to be in both, you either have to like I guess really change the contrast and saturation and stuff to have it work in the black and white and also in the color. You can't just have the settings for both. You know, George Miller, he originally wanted Mad Max to be in black and white, and they wouldn't let him do it, so he went super saturated color.
Let's get to the horse.
Those death blows look fantastic.
They're samurai horses. A few we didn't take into battle.
Lucky for them. And us. Which horse do you want?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, definitely the white one. I think it looks better in black and white.
He suits you.
And he needs a name.
Trust, sky, shadow. I guess trust is a big thing with horses. Looks like a pretty solid, reliable horse. But the sky is You have a visible cue to show that an unblockable is coming, but to just have that as a color doesn't work. It has to be good in black and white too. Yeah, it's very true.
Nobu, a trusty companion.
God, you can make those instruments sound so sinister.
Castle Canada.
They're holding your uncle inside. The walls are too high to climb. We could cause a distraction. Sneak in.
No. We walk in the front gate. Khotun Khan set fire to our best swordsman. Humiliated my uncle. Butchered the warriors of Tsushima.
So we're going to give them the best chance to
repay his
survive.
They're repeating the same mistakes that got your friends killed.
Exactly.
That's what the Mongols will think. But this time, I'll strike first. Wait here until I finish them.
All right. Interesting. Yeah, these two have such a great dynamic because they're so different but want the same thing. Standoffs. Cool. Once your enemy approaches, hold triangle. As soon as they attack, press triangle to defeat them in a deadly strike.
I've come for Lord Shimura.
You got Huli here. That's no.
That's pretty cool. I like how you don't feel like you really have to control him, you know, running around. It's more of just his animations move with it. You're just kind of watching the camera and angling him to who you're going to fight.
What's all that noise?
I'm not sure. The Mongols fired them off at the beach.
Spears. Wow. So when you these guys are short swords. When you parry, can you finish him off? Can you do like a parry? And seems like I can always get in 2 hits and then they block it.
Not sure. The Mongols fired them
Maybe a
off
triangle at the end of it, and then finish him after that. 1, 2, big one, and then a quickie. That seems to work. Ouches.
Watch it, ready?
Looks nice. Depends. You also have that heavy attack that can stagger more. Yeah. So what I was doing there is I did a parry, 2 lights, heavy, and then light. We could just do that.
Keep moving. We can't retreat.
Whoa. Well, that works. Yeah, so it's like a parry and then a heavy. Seems like a bunch of fun, intuitive ways to use the lights and the heavies.
I have to. Fall back.
Alone?
Keep the path clear. When I find Lord Shimura, we'll need a quick escape.
I'll get the horses ready.
Do it. If I'm not back soon, ride for the forest.
Cool. You've had guys block pretty regularly, but also sometimes go down easy. Yeah, and then it seems like this is kind of what they're teaching now. Someone is saying they heard as you go on, the enemies get better fighting rather than just have more health. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, right? Have the more skilled guys closer to whoever the end person is you're going after. You know, you'd always hope that games would be like that. Increase the actual difficulty, don't just make it so that they become more spongy, right? Pretty fascinating looking game. The combat system seems pretty nice so far. And this is what you want. You want it to be like timing based and more of a duel where you're sort of analyzing what are they doing. You can't just use the same strategy on each guy, hopefully. You want it to feel more like it's intuitive and dynamic, shifting in the situation. You need to be improvising and watching them. They will call out and signal their allies to duck. Whoa. God, I was playing Dishonored. It's so annoying. They're close range. They pull out their guns to shoot. You melee them and they still shoot you. It's like, come on. You ever heard of rock, paper, scissors? Gun up close versus melee? Well, who do you think should win? Answer is me. Always. Stand up!
Challenge me!
I messed that up. Seems like it's almost speeding up. You know how they say, like, oh, in martial arts movies, the enemies tend to gather around the hero and they take turns fighting. I think, like, in an actual, like, with swords flying around, you probably would wait. You wouldn't want to get your hand chopped off by your friend, or chop off your friend's head. He's got a pretty unlikable face.
Nephew of Lord Shimura.
Clean boy.
I have come to avenge his honor.
He kind of looks like a guy from Yakuza. Oh.
Your uncle
Made him
has
my
told
lover.
me much about you, Jin Sakai. I will show him his nephew, broken and humiliated, begging to join the Mongol Empire. Jin. This is your time, Lord Sakai.
Standoff?
Your uncle is watching. Submit, Lord Sakai. Slit your throat.
Wow. Real quick. Took me down like I was nothing.
Enough. Surrender. Show your uncle how easily he can bring peace to your home.
What? You know what I like about that is in the trope of a villain leaving the hero to survive. If you threw them off a bridge that high into the water, you would think, well, they're probably dead. And it's not like they're going to go down there and look for him, right?
Jin. Help me.
Whoa. Why am I scared? Like ink spreading. Cool. Into that painted design in the back.
Lord Sakai.
Her hair looks so good.
Young master, it's time.
I'm coming, Yuriko.
The whole island has come to mourn your father.
Can't you send them away?
You must face them, Jin. You are now the master of Clan Sakai.
Yes.
You're not alone, Jin. Your father is the wind at your back. Your mother, the birds in the trees.
And Uncle?
He will tell you at your father's pyre.
Thank you, Yuriko.
If you ever need guidance, Clan Adachi will help you.
Well, I think that he's... Yeah. I don't know if they're going to have any surprises or anything. I'm sure it'll just be like...
The people above all else. Say true, samurai.
Eventually get revenge on the guy. Something happens with your uncle. Maybe your uncle dies along the way. That girl's going to help you throughout. Look how the sound fades away as you get closer. Is it sort of an open game?
I was a coward.
Jin, you are a samurai.
He died because of me.
Your father fell in battle saving his only son. His reward is a warrior's death. Now you will carry on his legacy.
It's interesting because there's such a linear opening. Such a lot of
Father's spirit resides
open
within
games have, I guess.
He is always with you.
Not a very likable looking kid. Kind of dough-faced. Guess we don't like what we are.
Tomorrow, you will come to my fortress as my ward. Today, say goodbye to your father.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can I not play any? Oh, no. Did I just download the opening chapter? Downloading. Quitting the game will not cancel your download. Oh, I don't think I can play anymore. Okay. Well, that was the first chapter of that game. Combat's system felt pretty good. In terms of like a hack and slash with a bit of brains. Not quite as like visceral as Sekiro's. But I think that Sekiro kind of stripped away everything else to focus on that. This feels like it'll be a bit more well-rounded, especially with it being an open world game, right? Whereas Sekiro was like kind of open areas. Okay. Quitting the game will not cancel your download. Well, that's just great. All right, well, that was episode 1 of that. I guess I'll be back for tomorrow. I'll probably switch over and play a bit of a Banner Saga. Because I can't stream and download at the same... Well, I can't stream and download at the same time. Unfortunately. I just have the one internet connection in this room. And I don't have my streaming internet on a router or anything, because I just want it to be dedicated just to streaming. So, Nightbot. Yeah, so I guess I'll go back and do some Banner Saga. Come back with this tomorrow. I'll download it tonight. I was gonna go to EB Games and just buy it because they had one open, and I called the EB Games at 11 o'clock. They go, they're sold out of everywhere. I'm like, oh, every EB Games is sold out. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? So, all right. Well, I was really excited to get back to Banner Saga anyway. Okay, I'll be back with this tomorrow. I'm going to turn this off and reset everything and come back. Thanks for popping in and sharing some thoughts on it. You know, I'm a little surprised, to be honest, since I kind of thought we were done with this games being sold out thing. Especially, like, the more that people are going into buying them digitally. Maybe they just ordered a lot less because they're terrified of their business. I mean, EB Games was closed for a while, and they weren't doing great, you know, in the last couple of years as everything just gets more and more online. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that you just only bought games physically. When we were doing our top 20 game music show of 2011, and I was looking up some trivia for the show. I looked at like the top 10 best-selling games, and it was like a physical only list. And you could buy digital games and stuff. And I mean, there was like a point where you would call them downloadable games, and it would be like, you know, indie games and stuff that are really small. Now it's, you know, big ass games, 100 gigabytes and more, 4K textures and stuff. Or like on PC, where it's been like that for a long time, right? You're not buying you're not barely buying any physical PC games anymore. It's not happening. Okay. I'll be back in like 10 minutes with some Banner Saga. Then I guess some more of this tomorrow. Feels pretty good so far. It does, like you said, it feels like they really went all out to have super authentic style. And the combat feels pretty strong. Very serviceable. And I like the way it looks. And the feel of the parries. I'm kind of getting, like, knowing how you can, what attacks to hit them with and how to follow up. I guess, hopefully that'll come with time. And right now it kind of feels like a bit neutered, where you're just kind of whacking them a few times and then they block. But at least I know when they're blocking, and it gives me a chance to block myself or counter. That's kind of all I really want. Like, I remember in the Yakuza games, Yakuza 0 felt like I knew how long I could attack and when I needed to back off without getting hit. And so far, this feels like that. Pretty generous counter windows and dodges and stuff. A lot of people buy digital, or that stores now. The stores are closed. Yeah, yeah, it definitely has its own style, which is really nice. That's all I can hope for. Big budget, nice looking game. To me, it's a good sign when they have that showdown moment. Now, if that showdown thing is, I would assume, is something they've sort of picked up from movies. It's very cinematic idea, but it's gamified, and it's very simple. It's just, you choose to do it. You don't have to, right? I assume. Hold triangle and then wait until that last moment. I think it's cool because it's like the timing, so it's a combat skill, but it's also like your I was gonna say your resolve, but that's something else. More like your iron will, you know, your unflappability of waiting until the last moment. That's like but they gamified it. I think that's just so important. It reminds me of Banner Saga, where every piece of dialogue is a game. All the little random events that happen and the tough choices you make are all a game. Managing the supplies of your caravan is a game. You know, who to trust and how to be a good leader. What to use your points on upgrading or to use your points on buying more supplies. Like everything in Banner Saga is a strategic choice while being a great story and a great turn-based combat system. And I just, like, be as cinematic as you want, but to me, there still has to be a game there, you know? And so far, Tsushima seems like that. Share some of those articles and interviews you've seen about that. Just got to read through to find which ones. Yeah, please do. You know what happens to me is I'll listen to a podcast and they'll be talking about movies, right? Or graphic novels, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to write down all these ones so I can watch them later or read them later. Been a while, Nicholas. And then I always think that at the end they're going to have a list. They never do. And I'm like, oh, I got to go through the whole podcast again. So I have to get into the habit of, like, as I'm reading it, boom, pause it, write that down as I'm listening to it. Hey, Nicholas, I'm gonna stop and pick up some Banner Saga. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you then.